Hello there, my Gemini collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Geminis. Ooh. What is this energy with you? Ooh. Someone is definitely trying to confuse you, send some illusion energy your way. Do be mindful, Geminis, of the energy that you do partake in. Take what's yours, leave what's not. Don't overwhelm yourself to the point of indecision, because some of you Geminis, that's what you can do. You overwhelm yourself to the point of of indecision. I feel like you should be on the back side of that Seven of Cups, Geminis, instead of on the front side. So you guys are definitely a mixed sort of energy here, Geminis. So take what's yours and leave what's not. But you notice each one of them cups should have a coaster underneath it. So whatever you're giving to should be rooted in something that either brings you value or focus or is a benefit to you. So you like it, you love it, and it serves a purpose. It isn't a point of sort of contention or a point of indecisiveness or insecurity when it comes to you. So emotionally, ooh, there's that opportunity wanting to come in. Oh, what did I say? There's that opportunity wanting to come in. It's not lack with you, Geminis, but some of y'all do be mindful of that. I feel like someone is definitely wanting to get in your energy to sort of make you feel something or overwhelm you or confuse you in a sense. So it's never lack with you, Geminis. It's the quality of. Work, love, life vibes, Geminis. Take what's yours and leave what's not. Yeah, because you're definitely attracting attention here. So, Geminis, make sure that you're not being used. Make sure you're not being the tool in a situation. Make sure that the vibe is right. It's not lack of an opportunity. So, you know what I mean, Geminis? But damn, it's the quality. And it's whatever the fuck you're interested in. So, I definitely feel like you can have whatever you like, right? Empress energy. Below that, you got the Page of Wands. There's the Queen of Swords. There's the Scorpio vibe. I love this energy with you, Geminis. I just picture you in a big old caftan, relaxing. Very nice, bright, loose, and airy. Some of y'all could be freeballing it or just going all natural. Maybe you got the caftan. Good for you. Maybe some of y'all don't. Live your life, right? So there's a lot of growth when it comes to you. You're definitely far more analytical than you used to be. So with regard to your relationships or partnerships, if you ain't looking at them from a more analytical point of view, why not? You got inspiration here, which is why you are attracting attention. So a lot of you are definitely going to have some comeback around energy. But is that really worth your time, energy, and attention? Oh, Geminis. I love your fucking vibe. I really do. But damn. It all depends upon your energy here. King of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Cups, with the Two of Pentacles. This is what you do best, Geminis. That sort of indecisive energy with you. That ability to sort of change your mind, change direction, change focus. This could definitely be astrological when it comes to you, Geminis. I do feel like Geminis are getting a little bit of a blessing when it comes to the astrology. Especially my creatives. Over top of that is the Three of Pentacles. This is about relationships or partnerships, but some of you Geminis, it's more interesting. This is like boss-up energy. So I think you're going to have a good working relationship or partnership before you have a romantic one. And this is kind of a matter of priorities with you. So, if it ain't your energy, it ain't your energy. Take what's yours and leave what's not. This is definitely that upgrade when it comes to you, that Three of Pentacles. If you're going through, that could be like a rebirth, a sort of transformation energy. Those of you Geminis, if you've looked into your philosophy or your religious beliefs, some of y'all, your religion could be a factor when it comes to your next relationship or partnership. So if that's nothing or something that you've never had to deal with before, it could be something that you need to consider. Some of you could be converting. Some of you could be looking into it. Some of you could be asking questions like, what does that entail? What would a relationship with this person mean? It's not a negative. It just kind of is what it is, right? So if someone has strong spiritual beliefs or a religious belief, how does that factor into the relationship or partnership? So, and you know, if they go to church every Sunday, are they going to expect you to go to church? Some of you, this could be a matter of converting. The complexity is as complex as you want it to be, Geminis, or as simple as you want it to be. This is a matter of what your inspiration is, what your expectations are, and what your decisions are. So those of you Geminis that need guidance, yeah, the guidance don't really work. It's what do you want? Because you can have whatever you like, Geminis. Knight of Cups with the 5 of Pentacles. There's the Libra energy. There's the 6 of Pentacles. There's the Page of Cups. There's the Ace of Wands with the Hermit to the Ace of Swords. So, sweet Jesus, Geminis. 2 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Magician energy. Those of you Geminis that have been far more focused on yourself. The Capricorn could seem negative, but some of you use that to your benefit. This is like if you're trying to establish new habits and break old habits. So the choices is all about you. It's not the lack of opportunities. It's what opportunities are better for you. This is bringing that balance in for you in a very beautiful way with not a lot of drama. Endings, new beginnings. And there you are just sort of doing your thing, Geminis. You should be so unfazed and unaffected that whatever this sort of vibe is with you, it just kind of, it's like water off a duck's ass. So I love this vibe with you. If it's a relationship or partnership, there's going to be like a good connection. This is like low tide vibes. So I don't feel like you're going to be overwhelmed. I don't think you're looking for a relationship or partnership that is that overwhelming. Because you're just sort of doing you. Whatever your inspiration is now, Geminis. So those of you Geminis that need guidance, those of you Geminis that don't want to make decisions, this probably isn't the vibe that you like. Because it's very different for a lot of you. It's more waxing poetic. It's more looking at what's important. Every relationship or partnership is a codependency. I mean, love is about codependency. But it's what's the healthy version of it? Versus relationships or partnerships that are just stagnant. Watch your favorite astrologer. I do feel like astrology is helping you. It's guiding a lot of you. But when it comes to that sort of, those of you that want to know before you do something, it's like you want to know the answers or you think you need to see. Yeah, it doesn't quite work that way. Because this is like your choice. So you can go back into a karmic relationship or partnership or you cannot. Work, love, life vibes with you, Geminis. So those of you Geminis that need that sort of direction are finding this energy a little bit frustrating. Because this is like there's no excuse. There's like no excuse. So things are good. Energy is working to your benefit. You're making the changes. So if you call it a new relationship or partnership, it's what do you want? But it's your choice. Especially those of you that's looking deeper and really focusing on what is a good relationship or partnership. Love is a codependency. A relationship or partnership is a codependency. It's naturally built in there. But what's a good codependency and what turns into a negative codependency? Work, love, life with you, Geminis. I think some of you are going to have a better working relationship or partnership before it turns romantic. Especially if this is something that you're new to. Because Geminis, I definitely feel like you got a lot of negative codependent relationships or partnerships that would love to come back in. But it's like it's your choice. So if you make the wrong choice, ain't nobody to blame but yourself. You choose the relationships. You choose your partnerships. 9 of Pentacles, Temperance Angel, 3 of Swords, the World. I definitely feel like astrology is working on your behalf if you've got Libra energy. Definitely with Aquarius influence around you. You're not going to stay stuck or stagnant long, and that's what makes the difference. So, sweet Jesus, Geminis. Some of y'all are dealing with this type of relationship or partnership, like your cross-watcher energy. So, it's not lack, Geminis. It never has been. It's the quality of. It's the quality of. Your Page of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, to the 7 of Cups, to the Fool card. Someone wants you to just sort of go back to who you were before you established healthy boundaries. So, Geminis, there is like no secret to this. Some of y'all, you knew the relationships or partnerships were shit. But if you made choices, you need to maintain those healthy boundaries. So this is like spotlight on you, Geminis. I know y'all don't like these readings because it basically is, you want like a blueprint. You want to hear that everything is going to be great. What's that look like for you? It's the choice that you make. Some of y'all keep dealing with karmic relationships or partnerships that really don't go nowhere. You use them, they use you, but no one's really happy unless you establish some healthy boundaries. Look, any relationship or partnership is codependent. It's built into it. That's kind of the whole point. You're trusting each other, right? But the decision that you make, you choose your partners ultimately. So you can't blame your partner for everything wrong in a relationship or partnership because you chose that partner. So this is like splitting the difference. Way too much karmic energy. There's so much karmic vibes wanting to come towards you, Geminis, especially those of you that established healthy boundaries. This should not be overly dramatic. Those of you Geminis that's breaking old habits and establishing new habits, this is the same thing as, are you going to have the cheeseburger or are you going to eat a sensible salad? Are you going to spend time working on a project that you like, or are you going to watch TV? It's not that dramatic. Lord, it should not be that dramatic. Some of y'all, if there's a drama to it, that should be the first sign that this isn't your opportunity. Those of you Geminis that feel like you need to know where something is going before. So some of you, this could focus on your codependency when it comes to tarot, or when it comes to what your expectations are. You just got to make healthy choices. It's just basically it. So you're looking at things from a more analytical way. You're looking at things as to what brings about positive energy with you. It should really be nonsensical. But it's not fun. It's not easy. No one likes being on a diet. No one likes trying to cut back on their cigarettes. No one likes trying to cut back on their alcohol. No one likes trying to cut back on their spending. The Capricorn is more that regimented vibe with you. For a lot of you, it's what might be a negative. For some, you figure out how to use to a positive. A lot of you that had a lot of karmic relationships or partnerships, they were karmic in the sense that they never fucking went anywhere. So they were just stuck or stagnant. There was really no growth. And let's face it, you both were thinking there was something better or someone better out there. So take what's yours, Geminis, leave what's not. It's never lack. You know it's not lack of an opportunity, Geminis. But it's the quality of. This is when you are establishing healthy boundaries. And it's as simple as, are you counting calories? Are you watching your spending? Are you watching your caffeine intake? Are you watching your nicotine intake? It's the things that aren't glamorous. It's the things that aren't good. It's the things that make you think. So there's a lot of thinking twice about something. It's a codependency, but what's the positive vibe of that? Because every relationship is a codependency. It's just built into it. But what's a healthy sort of form of that? Those of you Geminis, you can't blame your partner for everything because you chose your fucking partner. So some of you are going to have better working relationships or partnerships before you have a romantic relationship or partnership. Some of you, this could be kind of the guidance energy that you got going on. I don't feel like you're doing this on your own, Geminis. So whatever this sort of transformation is with you, it's like looking at it from a different perspective. You got somebody that's saying, is that really the smart move, or is that just going to derail everything that you got going on? Some of you, now is not the time for a romantic relationship or partnership, especially if you're not even sure what the fuck that is. It's okay to say you're not ready to date because you're not quite sure what the hell you have going on. It's okay to turn down an opportunity. It's okay to tell somebody that you're just not interested. Your astrology is really factoring in on this. A lot of you wants to usher in good, but you got to make sure you're making smart choices. It's all positive for you, Geminis, but some of you, you like the way. It's the choices that you make. So manifest from positive energy. This is just like, it's like toxins energy. It's as simple as that. How many cups of coffee? How many energy drinks are you going to have? How many cigarettes are you going to smoke? How many calories are you going to eat? No one's happy when they're on this sort of restrictive vibe. But it brings about better opportunities. That's sort of your complexity, Geminis. And this is what's going to probably cause a lot of you some discomfort. Because whenever you're in this mode, you're focused on making smart choices. No one likes it. No one likes it. No one likes to be on a diet. No one likes to cut back on their coffee. No one likes to cut back on their cigarettes, right? But you do it for whatever reason you find is necessary for you. And every relationship is a codependency. So, I mean, that's just naturally built in. But what is that sort of about when it comes to you? Especially if you're talking this through or you're working this through with somebody. Some of y'all know you can't date, you shouldn't be dating, you're far more focused on yourself, and it's okay to tell somebody that. You know, oh, I'd love to, maybe go on a date with you, but now's not a good time for me. It's okay to give a rain check on that, Geminis. Those of you Geminis that think that everything is sort of gonna, there's like a sort of plan to it, or there should be some sort of, if you like to benchmark things, this is that energy where you're not benchmarking. Everything just sort of is. This is when you're doing like the internal work, right? You don't know what cutting back on your caffeine it really looks like until you do it. If you cut back on your smoking, right, after a while, the healing takes place, but it's not something that you're going to see. And for some of you, it's not something you can quantify. So for some of you Geminis, this is where that sort of, I don't know, just manifest in positive energy. Look for the positive vibes, Geminis, and you're going to be okay. This is all the decisions that you make. So it's not lack. It's never a lack of. It's what's the right time? Is the timing right? Is the balance right? Keep working this through. Keep talking this out. Some of you could be in that uncomfortable stage. Some of you, once you realize, you start making small changes, how that sort of affects. Some of you are going to have better working relationships or partnerships before it's romantic. Especially if that's what you're sort of focusing on. Geminis, if you get the chance to do like some spa energy or you get the chance to do some sort of retreat, it would do you good. You need to let your guard down. So right now you're trying to figure out the comfortable way to exist within these two. So you're cutting back on your caffeine, so you kind of need to get comfortable with that. You're cutting back on your cigarette smoking, so you got to get comfortable with that. It's like, what do? The hardest part of quitting smoking is you're used to the cigarette. You just get used to that. It's the motion, right? There's so much to it. So the complexity with you, Geminis, is however complex you are. Those of you, when it comes to whatever codependency you're working on. Oh, Geminis. Very healthy vibes with you, Geminis. I love that with you, but some of you, this is like, it's all about you. So it's the decisions that you make. Think about Geminis when the stars say, the movie stars say that they do a role and they get like they get a chef, they get 2 or 3 trainers, they're given like the best opportunities, and you know, they're stuck eating boiled chicken for 3, 4, 5 months. They don't like it. It's not a positive, but they like the end results. So a lot of you Geminis are kind of in that vibe. Some of you have been in it for a while, so you're getting comfortable with it. Geminis, your intuition is on point. You're in good manifesting energy, so those of you that sort of clearing everything out, feeling very good. So if you're wondering what the hell it's going to be, some of you, that story hasn't been written yet. There's so much that you don't see that is brings in that positive vibe with you. Queen of Cups, Libra, the 4 of Cups to the Queen of Pentacles. Some don't like the fact that you are like focused. So those of you, you could be dealing with somebody who was used to being your sort of coffee drinking buddy, or the person that you used to go out on break and smoke with. Or some of y'all, the relationship or partnership that your energy isn't there anymore because you've made some interesting choices. So your energy is missed, but if you're doing the shadow work, you're not really feeling that sort of shadow aspect. So if you had like the foodie who was used to you going out and y'all, you know, having really good dinners, and now you're focused on like sensible meals, it's kind of like that energy. So how do you make that relationship or partnership work? Should you? Some of y'all know that isn't like the right sort of vibe you need to be in. So if you're doing the work, you're doing the shadow work, or you're focusing on what you need to by making healthier choices, it's avoiding those people that you were in those sort of vibes with. It's the person that you always had coffee with. It's the person that you always had a smoke with, right? I like the retrograde vibes with you, Geminis. I feel like your astrology has been helping you out. So watch your favorite astrologer if that's your thing. Here's the Emperor energy. There's the 3 of Cups. There's the 7 of Cups. There's the Fool energy. There's the Hangman vibe. There's the 9 of Pentacles. The 2 of Swords. The Hermit with the Ace of Wands. So you're learning to maneuver with this sort of crutch vibe. And this isn't like a negative energy. This is just something that you're aware of. So any of the shadow work that you're doing, this is like you're aware of, right? If you're trying to stop smoking, you're always going to want a cigarette. It's kind of like that. So you're learning to make healthy choices. I love that for you, Geminis. But some of you are missing like those that kind of aren't really the ones you need to be with. And it's not a negative. It's just if you're trying to cut back on your caffeine, so you don't go to the coffee shop. If you're trying to quit smoking, right? You try to stay away from people that need that cigarette. Especially those of you Geminis that's in like the new phase of this. Some of you know, so that's voice of wisdom. Whatever guidances you have is telling you, you know, this is like the tough part. So you figure out how that all kind of works together. Those of you, when it comes to relationships or partnerships, those of you that aren't dating because you're figuring out what that means for you. You got a lot of those energies that are so used to you, but it's not like what you need. The thing is with you, Geminis, is this Two of Swords, you're not really letting people know what the fuck you got going on. So if you start a diet, you're not making a big deal about it. If you decide you're going to quit smoking, you make that decision yourself and you just slowly start, you know, cutting back. Caffeine, right? Whether you get it through energy drinks or coffee, you just decide. How many of you have quit something just to go back into it because you couldn't sort of get out of that energy? A lot of like spa vibes with you, Geminis. So definitely moisturize, hydrate. Some of y'all do your exfoliating, wear your sunscreen, condition the hair, feel good, look good, focus on feeling good. This is kind of like the ugly stage of everything where it's not all like pretty. But it's good for you, Geminis. Keep doing the work. A lot of you, this is the best time to get that inspiration with you. So those of you Geminis, stay focused on the inspiration. This is when people tell you that they just poured themselves into their work. For a lot of you Geminis, this is like the perfect opportunity to do that. Especially if you're trying not to smoke, especially if you're trying to not eat, especially if you're trying to, you know, not have 8 cups of coffee a day. Stay consistent with yourself and you're going to be good, Geminis. Trust the guidance energy with you because I don't feel like you're doing this on your own. Whether this is talking it out, working it out, or whatever sort of influence you got going on here. But it's doing the shadow work. But it changes everything. Some of you know when people tell you, no, you should not be dating. There are plenty of programs out there that tell you, no, now is not the time for you to date. You don't need to add that into whatever it is that you're doing. That's just way too much extra. So focus on you, Geminis. Keep making the smart choices. It's never lack. And I know not all you Geminis are in this energy. I feel like your astrology sort of helps you out with this. So if there's something you're trying to work on, Geminis, breaking old habits and establishing new. Some of y'all, it's baby steps. So, you know, don't announce it. Don't make a big deal about it. If you decide to start watching what you eat, just do it. If you decide to cut back on smoking or how much coffee you drink, right? Some of you, when it comes to your relationships or partnerships, if you decide to be single, you don't really need to announce it to the world. Some of you might have to have those conversations. You might meet somebody and they might be interested and just be, you know what, right now, that is not what I need. Thank you. It's maybe later. It shouldn't be all that complicated for you. I love the caftan vibes with you. So it's like that nakedness energy. Enjoy yourself and just stay in this sort of happy vibe. Don't be too sort of constrictive on yourself as well, Geminis. So you need to cut yourself some slack when you need to and just focus on this positive energy. I don't know why, Geminis. I just feel like you have this blessings energy around you. But don't overcomplicate it. You don't need to. That's how you get the sort of best results. Those of you focused on your interpersonal relationships or partnerships, it's worth the journey. So some of you could be going back and looking at relationships or partnerships, interpersonal relationships or partnerships, romantic relationships or partnerships, right? Letting that balance come in. Definitely cut yourself some slack when you need to and allow this sort of healing vibe. That's that sort of unevenness with this too. So, you know, if you want to lose weight and you think you're just going to lose it in your belly, when you start losing weight, you lose it like all over the place. So for a lot of you Geminis, there is no like sort of spot reduction. For some of you, it's kind of like a whole. So, Geminis. Take what's yours, leave what's not. There is like no. If you're looking for like the plan or you're looking for like what the final outcome is, some of you don't like the fact that that's not really like a given. Some of you, it's the choices that you make if you're trying to make healthy choices. Some of y'all, that's just sort of how the vibe goes. So you probably are turning down offers and opportunities because you have focused on yourself. You're very mindful making your choices there with the Eight of Swords, with the King of Swords. And there's that ever elusive Five of Cups. So those that don't like the fact that you are making smart choices. Not that dramatic, Geminis, for fuck's sake, right? Kind of is what it is. So whatever you're working on, those of you, you're not going outside to smoke. Some of you, you're not the foodie that would go out to all the restaurants and eat like whatever you wanted. So if you're focusing on that, this is beautiful energy, Geminis, but it shouldn't be that dramatic with you. Take your time, cut yourself some slack. There should be good conversations when it comes to this too, Gemini, so that way you don't feel stuck or stagnant. Kind of get you through that Five of Cups vibe for some of you. I feel like this is more the energy around you, Geminis. But some of y'all, you do need to cut yourself some slack. There is some growth that needs to happen here. So allow it. I really feel like that's your cross-watcher vibes, Geminis. When you're not like in everybody's energy, your energy is definitely missed. What is this Five of Cups with regard to Geminis? The Chariot, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and the Judgment vibe. Lord have mercy, Jesus, Geminis. That's the sort of inspiration around you. I feel like this is why your astrology is sort of guiding you and helping you out. Because it sort of keeps you from this Five of Cups vibe. So this is, you're not being tempted by chocolate. You're not being tempted by smelling the smoke of a cigarette. You're not being tempted. There's a regimentedness to this too, Geminis, that some of you have kind of taken on that you like. But it's not like a happy vibe. But it brings about some interesting changes. So someone likes the fact that you were very fun, but you've got like some... This is some major energy focusing on you, Geminis. So it's not everybody's vibe. So take what's yours and leave what's not. It's conscious decision making. You don't have to turn down an opportunity, but you can tell somebody now's not the time, you know. Maybe later, 6 months, a year down the road. Who knows? Keep doing the work, Geminis. This is the part that isn't easy. This is the part that isn't fun. And this isn't all that dramatic. It just kind of is what it is. You don't have to announce it to the world if you start a diet, or if you're trying to cut back on your cigarette smoking, or if you're trying to cut back on your coffee or your caffeine. Definitely feel like astrology is helping you out. So definitely be mindful. I feel like you're very forward thinking here, Geminis. This is the vibe. You ever hear tell them actors that say, you know, the studio got him a chef, got him a trainer. But yeah, they're eating like a ton of boiled chicken with no flavor. And they're very mindful of what they eat. And it's a very regimented type program. So, you know, you have to do the work. And it's not... None of them guys that get really ripped for them roles say they enjoyed the process. They look good, but it's a tough vibe. Oh, I love this for you, Geminis. My creatives, stay creative. Those of you that get the opportunity. Seven of Cups with the Seven of Pentacles. Some of you Geminis could be under NDAs, so you really can't sort of talk about what the fuck it is that you're doing. Those of you that do work, you can't talk about what the fuck it is that you're doing. So some of you could get the opportunity and you just kind of pull your energy back because you are doing something that you can't talk about. Not in a negative way. It just kind of is what the fuck it is. Everyone's got a different life. Your energy is definitely missed, but you'll be okay. Some of you better work in relationships or partnerships. Whatever this codependency is with you, it's actually working to your benefit. So if you're not learning, growing, and understanding during this energy, Geminis, hopefully it inspires you. Religious vibes with you, Geminis, if you're going through something on a spiritual level, or that could be what sort of factors into this. You can meet somebody whose religious affiliation interests you and would be a part of your relationship or partnership. Or you, vice versa, Geminis. This is the part nobody likes, but they like the results at the end. Those of you that want everything sort of planned out, yeah, this doesn't have that guarantee or promise. Some of y'all, there's NDAs, so you can't discuss it even if you wanted to. That's just the way it goes. Good life for you, right? Take what's yours, Geminis, leave what's not. Let your astrology guide you on this. Cut yourself some slack when you need to, and keep making smart choices. I like the caftan vibes with you. So some of y'all could be going naked, free balling it, just enjoying everything. That's a good energy for you. Looking good and feeling good. So, spa treatments, stay moisturized, stay hydrated. Good luck. God bless, Geminis.